they should rebuild the World Trade Center, but make them stronger and maybe a story taller. And then we've won the battle. But, you know, what the garbage that they're building downtown is a disgrace.
Donald Trump last week on the Imus in the Morning program, adding fuel to a debate that's been simmering in New York, the debate over what should be built at the former site of the World Trade Center. Just when it appeared city leaders had settled on a memorial, more and more people like Donald Trump began calling for something else. Now that he's backing that up with action, we want more details. So we're turning now to Hardball's David Schuster. He's in Washington now with more. Hi, David.
Monica, MSNBC has confirmed that Donald Trump is planning to announce that he will lead a group of developers in Lower Manhattan to rebuild the Twin Towers taller, safer, stronger than they were before 9/11. A press release is going out at this very hour to New York's politicians and media leaders, inviting them to a news conference at Trump Tower Wednesday morning. But MSNBC has learned that Trump has already met with engineers from a group, MakeNewYorkNewYorkAgain.com, and has the group's blueprints and model, including the model as you see it here that was featured last week on MSNBC. The implications of this are huge because despite a variety of engineering and ongoing problems with the Freedom Tower, Governor Pataki, whose commission came up with that idea, has said that they still intend to go forward. But now with Donald Trump and a host of developers taking the other side and actually leading a coalition to rebuild the Twin Towers, the Freedom Tower project is in deep trouble. Here's what Donald Trump said about the Freedom Tower last week.
You know, if you look at it, what is it really? It's a 60-story building with a skeleton on top of it that goes 40 or 50 stories with nothing in between. And it's a disgusting design that we're going to have to live with for many, many years in New York and actually in the world because New York City is so international. And it doesn't represent what we want to have represented. What I want to see built is the World Trade Center, stronger and maybe a story taller. And that's what everybody wants.
And recent polls have consistently demonstrated that most New Yorkers agree with Donald Trump that the Freedom Tower, as pictured here, was a mistake from the beginning, and that the Twin Towers, in some fashion, should go back up to show America's resolve and defiance. As part of Donald Trump's press release being issued tonight, he is inviting politicians, including Senators Schumer and Clinton, to join him at the news conference. Both have only said so far that something should be rebuilt in Lower Manhattan, although they haven't taken position on the Freedom Tower versus Twin Tower debate. But one political analyst that I spoke with just a few minutes ago, Monica, said this has now got some inevitability. Now that you have Donald Trump and possibly Larry Silverstein, who is the developer who owns the lease to Lower Manhattan, when you have that group saying it's time to rebuild the Twin Towers and reclaim New York's skyline, there's a certain momentum that most politicians will likely get behind. Monica?
So does this mean that, what kind of power does Donald Trump have here? He's just making this an issue. Could this be part of the presidential campaign, since Hillary, we think, might run?
Dave, absolutely. In fact, a number of pollsters have suggested this is a huge red state issue, that particularly in red states, that when somebody says, look, the Twin Towers should go back up to show America's defiance, to say to terrorists, you will not control our skyline, we will. That's the kind of issue that some political analysts say could be perfect for a Hillary Clinton or a John Kerry if he should run again, or even a Senator John McCain. At the moment, though, this is just Donald Trump and perhaps a group of developers who are going forward with this plan and this actual model to rebuild the Twin Towers. But again, as this political analyst pointed out to me just a few minutes ago, there is a certain inevitability to a politician like Hillary Clinton or John McCain possibly getting behind this, simply because the polls right now are so against the Freedom Tower and so much in favor of having the Twin Towers rebuilt. Dave?
All right, very interesting developments. MSNBC's Hardballs, David Schuster. David, thank you.